And the story that I have for us this morning is called The Leaving Morning. And it's a picture book, but I'm going to do it as a shared reading where you can't see the pictures yet, because I want to see if you can really get good pictures in your mind. It's called The Leaving Morning, and it's by a wonderful author named Angela Johnson. And the leaving morning is the morning when this family has to move out of their apartment. Has anyone ever had to move to a new house, a new place to live? Yeah, I have. I've moved a lot. Do you know how sad you feel when you first leave? I mean, you're excited, but you're a little bit sad because you have to say goodbye to your room and to your friends and things. So this story is about having to leave and say goodbye. All right, so I'm going to quickly pull down the overhead and move it over so we can do a shared reading. And then if we do an amazing job with the shared reading, I'll read you the picture book to see how close your pictures were to her pictures. Coming through. I should have one of those horns like the cars that go beep, beep when they're backing up. Beep. There we go. All right, this story is called The Leaving Morning, and our job as a reader is going to be to try to get a really good picture in our mind, to be able to see it, hear it, and feel it. So what I'm going to ask you to do when I'm stopping is to tell me what you see or feel or hear. How many of you are clear on what you should do? What are you paying attention to? Yeah, Deanna.
Hearing.
Hearing it? Yep.
Listening.
Seeing it and feeling the feelings in the story. The story goes like this, and I want you with a shared reading, your eyes should be following along with these words so that you can pay attention to the story as we go. Let me put a piece of paper so it's easier to see. The Leaving Morning by Angela Johnson. The leaving happened on a soupy, misty morning when you could hear the street sweeper. Shh, shh. We pressed our faces against the hall window and left cold lips on the pane. That means, you know how you kiss a window? If you breathe on a window, what happens to it? Yeah, it gets white. But if you kiss it, what happens? Yeah.
It leaves the mark.
It leaves the mark, that's right. So we pressed our faces against the hall window and left cold lips on the pane. It was the leaving morning. Boxes of clothes, toys, dishes, and pictures of us everywhere. The leaving had been long because we had packed days before and said goodbye to everybody we knew. Our friends, the grocer, everybody in our building, and the cousins, especially the cousins. We said goodbye to the cousins all day long. Mama said the people in a truck would move us and take care of everything we loved on the leaving morning. We woke up early and had hot cocoa from the deli across the street. I made more lips on the deli window and watched for the movers on the leaving morning. We sat on the steps and watched the movers. They had blue moving clothes and made bumping noises on the stairs. There were lots of whistles and, "Watch out, kids!" Got me a moving hat and a kiss on the head from Miss Maddie upstairs. And on the leaving morning, she told me to watch myself in the new place when I crossed the street and to think of her. I sat between Mama and Daddy holding their hands. My daddy said in a little while we'd be someplace we'd love. So I left lips on the front window of our apartment and said goodbye to our old place on the leaving morning. I want you to think to yourself, where in this story did you get a really good picture in your mind, where you could really picture these characters in this story? There's some places where I know I got a really good picture. Yes, Jonathan, where did you get a good picture?
When they were saying bye to their neighbors and the cousins.
In this paragraph, where it says goodbye to everybody we knew, our friends, the grocer, everybody in our building, the cousins. What can you see, Jonathan?
I'm seeing all of them saying goodbye to everyone in the building.
What does it look like when you say goodbye to people that you're not going to see for a really
Sad.
long time? So some of the faces might be sad. What might they be doing with their body? Are they just going, bye-bye? What are you doing?
They're hugging.
They're probably hugging. So right here you can see people hugging, maybe. Maybe they look sad. Yes, Mariela?
They're waving.
Maybe they're waving here. Okay. So here we got a good picture in our mind. Yep. Where else did you get a good picture in your mind of something? Joanne, yeah.
I got a picture in my mind when I think the girl or the boy was kissing the window.
Kissing the windows. Yeah, he kisses the windows a lot. Right here. So we pressed our faces against the hall window and left cold lips on the pane. What does that look like in your mind?
I think when the girl or boy kissed the window, I think he left the mark because I think that he wants to remember the apartment that he was in.
Very nice thinking. How many of you have kissed a window before? I'm going to admit it, I have. You know how it feels nice and cold on your nose? So probably you're thinking of yourself kissing a window. You know what it looks like. We've all tried it once. So right here you can see the kissing the window. I know if I did it today, because I have a little lipstick on, it would leave a mark. It says made more lips on the deli window there. There's some more kissing. Where else can you get a nice picture in your mind? Stuff. Gotta work hard for this. You can get pictures. Oscar, where do you have a picture in your mind? You have to. There's no choice. You have to have a picture. Let's read through some of it. This leaving happened on a soupy, misty morning when you could hear the street sweeper. Shh. We pressed our faces against the hall window and left cold lips on the pane. We talked about that one. It was the leaving morning. Boxes of clothes, toys, dishes, and pictures of us everywhere. What can you see in your mind from this sentence? Boxes of clothes, toys, dishes, and pictures of us everywhere.
All the boxes and the toys and that everything is in a box.
Yeah, everything's in a box. I knew you had a picture. Can you see that in an apartment, like all the boxes around? Everything's in a box?
And when you first move in.
Yep, same thing on when you first move in. Any other places where you got some good pictures? You can really picture the people? Well?
When she or he sat between his mom and dad, holding his or her hands.
I sat between Mama and Daddy holding their hands. So you can see the boy between his parents? Okay. See the boy between parents? Yes, Nydia?
I can see when the people say watch out.
Yeah, where are they in this paragraph?
In the steps.
They're sitting on the steps. Can you all see them sitting on the steps? And like the mover kind of stepping over them saying, watch out, kids. So they're on the steps here. Where can you hear part of this story? Where do you get sounds in this story? You can hear the talking or you can hear things happening. Because it's not just seeing it. You want to be able to hear it too. Carlos, where can you hear something happening in this story? Can you hear any noises in this story? How about the first sentence? The leaving happened on a soupy, misty morning when you could hear the street sweeper. Shh, shh. What kind of sound does it? Do you know what a street sweeper is?
Yes.
That machine that cleans it up? What does it sound like? Or what did the movers down here sound like? There were lots of whistles and watch out, kids. What does that sound like? You're not sure? How would a mover say watch out? Pretend you're a mover saying, and the mover's carrying this big, huge box and there's a kid in the way. There's a child sitting on the steps. How would you say watch out, kids? Who wants to use a big voice like a mover would? Okay, Carlos, take a look at Francisco because he's going to try it.
Excuse me?
Would he say excuse me really quietly? He's got a huge box. He's coming downstairs with this huge box in his hand. Is he going to go, excuse me, excuse me? What is he going to do? What's he going to do? Stephanie, what is he going to do? How's he going to say it?
Move out of the way.
Say it like they would say it, though.
Move out of the way.
Move out of the way, right? Carlos, can you hear it? Is he going to go, excuse me, please, but could you watch out? Or is he going to yell, watch out, kids? Watch out, right? He's going to say, watch out, really loudly. You can hear them screaming here. Screaming at children, right? Where else can you hear some sounds? Mariela.
I could hear some sounds when it says, and on the leaving morning, she told me to watch myself in the new place when I cross the street and to think about her.
So what can you hear there?
I can hear the woman telling the boy to think about her.
So you can hear Miss Maddie. And I heard Jose say, that's what I was going to say too. So we've got here Miss Maddie right there. Right? Great. Any other things? Yes, go ahead.
When the movers were whistling?
Yeah, lots of whistles. Go ahead.
When it says, Mama said the people in a truck will move us.
You can hear his mom talking here. And the place that I can also hear something is this place where it says they had blue moving clothes on and made bumping noises on the stairs. What do you think is making the bumping sounds going down the stairs?
The boxes?
Yeah, those boxes are making bumping noises. Yeah. So we've got the boxes bumping, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I hope they're not bumping my kitchen dishes down those stairs, because if they were, what sound would I hear?
Like they were breaking?
Yeah, like stuff breaking, so hopefully they're only bumping my clothes down those stairs. Mariela.
In the beginning, when it says, the leaving happened on a soupy, misty morning when you could hear the street sweeper. Shh, I could hear that. Shh.
You can hear that? Okay. So you can hear the sound of the street sweeper. What kind of morning is it in this story? Yep.
A soupy morning?
What does that mean, a soupy morning? I'm imagining chicken noodle soup hanging out there. That's not right though, right? What does this misty, soupy morning look like? Jonathan?
Cold morning.
Pardon me?
The cold morning.
Could be a little bit cold. When it's soupy outside, it's actually kind of a little bit soupy outside today. Yeah?
Maybe because they got cocoa, it means that it's cold.
What a great idea. Maybe here it says hot cocoa, so it's cold. I was also thinking here it says that they left cold lips. You know when you touch a window when it's cold out and the window's a little bit cold? Yeah, so the soupy, misty morning, I'd say today when we first woke up was a little bit soupy and misty. It's when it's thick. It's like hard to see through the sky. So we can really see that in our minds. Was there any place that you got any feelings? Even though the author might not have said the feelings, but you had to infer, you had to figure out that there'd be some feelings in this story. Or might there be some people feeling some things like sadness or happiness or excitement, things like that. Elizabeth, is there anywhere where you would have some feelings like sadness or happiness in this story? What's sad about this story, the leaving morning? You're rereading it, huh? Let's hear some ideas. Jose?
When she said goodbye.
Yeah, when she's saying goodbye. Yeah, say a little bit more about saying goodbye. What is that like to say goodbye to everyone you know?
Sad.
Yeah, there's some sadness here. Sadness in saying goodbye, right? So there's definitely some feelings in here. Okay. Yes, Jonathan.
The girl didn't want to move because she was putting like her lips each minute in the window. Maybe she was in her apartment or the house.
Yeah, so you can tell here that there's some sadness. She's leaving, you know, she's kissing everything goodbye, right? There might be some sadness. Great inference there. It doesn't say she's sad, but we have an idea that there's some sadness here. Yes, Joel?
When she says goodbye to her friends and cousins and the lady.
Yeah, and all this part. Do you think there's any excitement in here too? That she's kind of secretly, or he's secretly excited a little bit? Well, what do you think?
When the leaving part, the leaving had been long before we, oh no, when they're, never mind.
See, I was thinking here, watching the movers would be kind of exciting. Even though it's sad, it's a little bit exciting. Yes, Mariela?
And I could also say when the boy was putting the lips on the window.
Yes,
I kind of remember that when I was moving, like here, I left like something really special at my house, so that make me, so that is a connection.
Yeah, it's so nice to have that connection from your own moving that you left something. When I left every time I leave an apartment, I know you're really not supposed to, but on the inside closet I always write my initials. I put my initials right on the inside of the closet. It's like I need to leave something behind, right? Because if you live in a place, you consider it home. Look at all these great things that we did. We saw some things, we felt some things, and we heard some things. I want to quickly read you the picture book version so you can see the difference between the picture in your mind and the picture Angela Johnson gives us. And then we're going to do a read aloud together. Yes?
When I was at my last house, the house before we moved, when we were taking the clothes out, I saw some initials in the closet.
You did? I promise I didn't live there. I didn't do that. Okay, let's get in a circle so I can quickly read the leaving morning, and then I want to move into our next part.